Because of how long that this video is, I've included timestamps in the description so you can skip around. Hi everybody! We made it! The end of 2020. A truly eventful year, really beyond description. And I could try to explain it in detail, but I'm not even going to attempt to do that, because that would mean making a whole different video of its own. And this video is not about that. But the short version is, we all know that the COVID-19 pandemic has affected basically everything in our day-to-day lives. And of course, my final season with the Spirit of San Antonio was among the things that got affected. We knew that this season was going to be very different, but we were determined to make things happen, ensure that the program and the future of the program would be in good hands, and we did a lot of great things this year. I was elected at the end of last season to be one of the 4 drum majors to help lead the ensemble, and I cherished every single moment I got to have, considering that for my personal situation, I wasn't always able to be there in person, because I opted to not live on campus. I live in Austin, but I came up with a deal between my parents and the band directors at UTSA to travel from Austin to San Antonio and back for every time that I was able to. And through all the driving I did this semester, I drove a total of 2,079.8 miles throughout this whole season. Why, you say? Because I love band, because I love music, because I love my friends, and because I love SOSA and the people in it more than words could ever say. I am truly grateful for every single moment that we were able to have, and I hope that you enjoy all the memories that I was able to capture this season. Enjoy! Hi. I'm about to drive almost 80 miles to marching band practice. See you then. And I'm here, and I'm having dinner with about 30-ish minutes to spare, so I better hurry up. We started each practice like we normally would, just hanging out, listening to some cool jams.
8-1. Great, relax for a second. So now let's review the commands. Just do the commands. I'll call it, and then I'm going to let the drum majors call a couple of them.
Even though we weren't going to be marching, we still had to keep our visual chops up, so we worked on fundamentals as well.
10, hut, 10, hut. Not loud enough. Set an example from day 1, command 1. Same command from parade rest. Runners, 10, hut, 10, hut. Runners, parade rest. 1, 2. Yeah, 10, hut, 1, 2.
Then I was on the gawk block behind the band as they worked on the music. Being a drum major requires you having a good sense of tempo, so I was able to do that for a little bit. My thumb started to get blistered after a while, though. It was really exciting to get to conduct for them again, and they sounded incredible. That's all the footage I have from that day, but there is one more thing that happened. I broke the handle off of my car. I had to climb in through the trunk. I was so scared I'd had to like break a window or something. And trust me, there's going to be some more driving mishap stories that I'm going to be telling you, so stay tuned for those. There was always a dedicated block of time for each rehearsal to break out into sectionals by instrument where we would work on pre-game, pep band, and stand tune music and visuals. Thanks, Darian, for getting this shot of me. Our music and visual student staff did a phenomenal job this season. Y'all are the best! The fact that we were able to gather at the practice field to play through pregame sequence made it even more incredibly satisfying. Thank you, TJ, for getting this shot of me, and thank you to all of our grad assistants this past season. You really helped take care of us all. Remember when I told you guys I had a couple of crazy driving mishap stories to tell y'all? Here's the first one. On the way home while I was driving from that very practice on September 14th, I projectile vomited 4 times in my lap and my vision went blurry. Scary, right? But I have an idea about what caused it. I got to the field house a little bit before 6:30, around half an hour before practice for SOSA was supposed to start. ate my dinner super fast in the car, and then ran over to the convocation center to meet my friend who's in guard, who I haven't seen ever since our days in indoor ended in March of 2020. Then I ran back to the practice field before being told I needed to move and repark my car. So I ran again, reparked my car in the lot a little bit further out, and then came running back. Then I started to get a little bit of a headache, and I didn't feel it at first until well into probably 30 minutes into rehearsal. I thought it was because I was double masking at first, so I took off one of them, but that didn't work first. I just decided, okay, you know what, I'm just gonna tough through it. And I don't know how I did it, but it wasn't until after practice, when we were putting things away, that I really started to feel it. I started getting chills, my hands were cold and clammy, and then when I started driving home, I felt myself gag a little bit, and then at that point I knew that it was going to come up, and I did. 4 times. Then my vision went blurry, and that was even scarier because I had to bite my tongue in different places just to make sure that I could be able to see while I was driving. I was very fatigued, and it was a very scary moment, but I ended up making it home okay, and I felt much better. And me running around with all that undigested food probably played a part in it, or maybe it was norovirus, but it was not coronavirus, thankfully. SOSA began to work on our annual Salute to the Armed Forces show, which we performed on October 17th in the Dome against the Army Black Knights.
Everybody, please keep Professor Sandoval's family in your thoughts. Again, if anyone, I think we've had several people go through a family emergency and a family tragedy like this. We're all thinking of you as much as we possibly can. Okay, and I'm thankful for you. I'm thankful for these kind of memories that we get to help share and create, and hopefully help our alumni and our family work through together. Okay, that's what this is all about. When it comes down to it, being there for each other when times are tough.
Oh, so close. During breaks in rehearsal, we would have ample time to just hang around with each other, catch up, relax, have some sense of normalcy. It felt great. It's what we needed. On November 18th, 2020, our Spirit of San Antonio Drumline and Auxiliaries put on an amazing showcase. If you haven't seen the video of their performance, I'll leave it in the description so you can check it out. Oh my goodness, those sousaphones. Mwah, beautiful. Here's another driving story for y'all. And yes, this one happened while I was coming back from that practice on October 12th. This one isn't as long or as crazy as the previous one, but it's still notable because I did something that, well, I was not proud of. No one should be. I was pulled over for speeding for the first time in my life. Am I going to say how fast I was going? Nope. But I will say that I did have to give my information to the sheriff who pulled me over. I had a talk. I signed some things electronically. I did get off with a warning. And now I know that, hey, buddy, watch how fast you're going. Don't have a lead foot. Slow your roll.
Dig in here, woodwinds. You gotta really articulate quick. So, rest. Yeah, pick lows. Tom, it's late. Listen back saxes. And subdivide and
The Selena Tribute show just keeps coming back, but I'm not complaining. I love that show. It was actually the first show that I ever learned as a member of SOSA. My freshman year in 2017, I played that show on the snare line. Then 2 years later, in 2019, I was in front ensemble, and they brought back a shortened version of it. And then again, in 2020, they brought back the full Selena show, and I conducted it. It's just interesting. The same show, I was in 3 different positions, and I loved each part of it.
Grow crescendo. Yeah. Big. Ending. Great. Let's go ahead and move on, please. Thank you. Very good reading. Awesome job. Thank you. Fermata. And 1, 2, last note. And. That's going to be a long note. People have just warning you.
And then we all went home for the night because it got so cold and windy that none of us could handle it. But what you just heard was the beginnings of our house party show project, which is what the rest of this video is going to be dedicated to. We were on the larger practice field today because the football team was also practicing. And then we learned about the video project we would put together that would include participation from our virtual members and that we would be learning drill. Towards the end of practice that night, Mr. Jeff Traylor, the head coach of football at UTSA, came over and had a few words for us.
I appreciate y'all very much. I hated to move y'all on the field tonight, but we all got to vote tomorrow, right? So we can't practice tomorrow, so I appreciate y'all doing that. I would like to share, I'm probably the only Division I football coach in America. My mother and father were both double music majors. Yeah, my dad's a band director, ended up being an administrator, but my mom and dad met at Texarkana Junior College, both on full music scholarships. So my dad and mom, what all music people do, right? They shove music down my brothers and I's throats. So what we do, we went to coach football. So I had to play trombone. True story, and I'll be done because I know y'all told. I had to. So 8th grade, my dad made me be in the band, right? So I'm playing the trombone, and there was all district band tryouts, and I didn't want my dad to know about them, right? So I didn't tell him. And small school, back in the day, you know, my dad would get on there on the overhead system and go, everybody that's going to try out for all district band, go get on the bus. Everybody's leaving right now. So he makes this announcement, right? And I'm thinking, I made it. He doesn't know it. And he goes, Jeff, get your trombone and go get on the bus. And I'm like, now I haven't prepared. I don't even know what the music is. But he just called me out in front of the whole school, right? So I get on the bus. It gets worse. He never made me march because I didn't want to. I was a dork. I was tall and skinny, right? And I didn't want to have to march. So he never made me march. So I never had to put on the uniform, right? Well, damn it, I made it. So I made all district band, right? So now I got to go to the concert, right? All right. So my shoes are. I wore like a 10 or 11 back in the 8th grade, and I had no black dress shoes to match my black band uniform, which I'd never had to wear before, right? I'm getting there now. So I said, Dad, I need some shoes, right? I gotta have some shoes. He's like, oh, just wear mine. My dad wore a 13 and a half. Now I'm 6'1", probably 140. I'm a dork, and I got on shoes that look like Bozo the Clown, and I went and played in the concert. So there you got my story. I love the band. We're 3-1 at home because of y'all. Y'all are great at the Alamodome. Appreciate y'all so much. God bless. Birds up. Thank y'all.
Woo!
That looks great.
Since summer band camp was canceled this year, this was the first time that we were learning drill. Everybody was very excited to do so.
Wins, you could help us out by looking at where your next coordinate is. Okay, your next coordinate. Gotta be clean. Turn. Step. Turn. Last two moves, go, and. Switch. Feet apart, sway for 60.
It was honestly surreal to think that it was this long in the season before we took an actual step as an ensemble, but it was still fun nonetheless. On Wednesday, November 11th, 2020, SOSA got together to record the video for the house party show. This included videos of our virtual members who sent in clips of them playing on their instruments, and combined that with the in-person SOSA members playing and moving our show. The video was recorded using many airborne drones and cameras, and was played inside the Alamodome on UTSA's last home football game on November 28th, 2020. In the video, we wore our warm-up uniforms, which includes all the UTSA-themed marching band shirts, pants, and jackets. Mary, Iman, Joseph, and I all got to stand on podiums and conduct, and the UTSA's medical personnel came by to give out free COVID testing to all the members. They also gave out free testing previously for all of us before another game in October. Recording this video was so much fun, and I can't stress that enough. In that moment, we all truly got to be together as a full ensemble, in one form or another, when we didn't think it was going to be possible at all this year. The video is not publicly available yet, but as soon as it is, I'll put a link in the description. But until the official video is up, I am leaving a link to the video right now from Danny Gonzalez via Facebook Live. Danny, thank you so much for recording the video. November 14th, 2020. SOSA's final in-person game and my first and only in-person game of the season. It was a very exciting and emotional day. Have a look. Let's have an amazing day today. I'm going back to the Dome. One last time. Feels so good. Before the season started, Conference USA made the announcement that they were sidelining all of the college bands this year. Even though we weren't allowed on the field, we all made the most of it and played our hearts out in the stands. There was an attendance of a little bit more than 6,000 people. Everyone did their part and followed the protocols that were given to us. You know, it's hard to describe how I felt at that moment, but I'm gonna try to put some words to it anyway, so bear with me here. So many things were going through my mind when the band was playing the last couple of seconds of the show. I kept thinking about everything that we had gone through as a band and a family, how not everybody was able to make it because of different circumstances in our lives, how incredibly lucky that we were able to even exist in some form or another this season, and most of all, just thinking about all the memories, all the SOSA memories, all the indoor memories, all the Bowie OPE memories, all the Colts memories, all of my marching career memories. And I started tearing up a bit. a bit. I started crying a lot. That's the truth for that statement right there. So, SOSA 2020. Was it the season that I or anyone imagined that it would be? No. But if 2020 has taught me anything through all of this, it's to be grateful for what you have in life and cherish every single moment that you're able to. Because life is unexpected. Things change all the time, and this was proof of that. But even after all of this, I can still get to say I had a dream fulfilled. I got to share these moments with the best band that I have the honor to call my family. But let's get one thing straight. This is not a goodbye for SOSA. Because E and I have talked, I'll be back whenever we are truly back to normal. And spend some more time to make up for the moments that we didn't get to have. But until then, my plans for 2021, focus on finishing my degree, get certified for teaching, and graduating. And if you've made it this far in the video, I want to thank you so much for watching. This has been just an experience of a lifetime, to put it short. And I always wondered how I would end this kind of a video. I believe this is probably the 100th time I've said it, but I can't put it into words. So what I'm going to do instead, I'm going to play the speech that I gave for the band at the band banquet and show you guys some favorite pictures of my 4 years in this incredible, incredible organization. I'll see you again, SOSA, one day. Love you. Go Runners.
Okay, can everybody hear me now? All right. You want me to start over or no? Okay. Okay. My point is, 2020 has been one very eventful year. So eventful that sometimes I don't even remember what normal is or was, or what life was even like before COVID. Right after we made the big switch to online in March, I had no idea if I'd be able to even step back onto campus ever again, or if there was even going to be a SOSA this year. My biggest fear in life is uncertainty and the unknown, and at home, for me, in South Austin, over the spring and summer, I had a lot of long, sleepless nights, anxiety, despair, but I would always hold on to that one little bit of hope that we would be able to meet again somehow in one form or another. But as the weeks and months continued to progress, it became clear that the pandemic was not going to be over anytime soon. So my parents and I made the decision to have me remain in Austin so I could learn remotely out of concerns about what would happen if I stayed. I didn't mind being in SOSA virtually, but as soon as I heard the plans for what SOSA was going to do, and when I saw the picture of you all from the first day of practice back in August, and I couldn't be there, and the messages I got from all my friends in SOSA saying that they missed me and they wished I was here, I just knew that there was no way I would ever want to pass up an opportunity to be in person with you all. And it wasn't easy, but after a long discussion with my parents and talking to E, we decided that if I wanted to drive myself from Austin to San Antonio and back every Monday to be there physically and go to one football game on the condition that I drive myself, then I could do so. I wish that there could have been more out of my last season, but I am beyond grateful for the memories that I was able to have for my final season, despite the situation and circumstance that I was in. My past years in SOSA have definitely been memorable, from the interesting experimental performance that was Luminaria in 2017, the Fiesta Parades, the rainy season that was SOSA 8.0, 2018, yeah, and opening for T-Pain and performing at Kyle Field. That's such a highlight. But this year, this season, while very different and not the same, still had its highlights, for the simple reason that even in the face of adversity, we all still made music together, we all still moved and marched together, we all enjoyed each other's company as much as we could, and we got to appreciate the small things. I know I did, at least. From playing football and volleyball with the trumpets and brass, to playing with the drumline during drum major auditions, and talking to and goofing off with Brittany and Ray and Jordan and all the other piccolos at the UTEP game. I had so much fun with all of you. I really did. but it meant everything. It meant absolutely everything. SOSA 10.OSA. Alright, pull it together, Saito. SOSA 10.OSA, you all are the most inspirational group of people that I have ever gotten the honor to work with and witness. I wanted to take this opportunity to extend my gratitude and thanks to E, Steiner, and the rest of the professional staff for working so tirelessly, making sure that we stay safe, and having as much of a normal season as we could. To thank the grad assistants for all the advice and conversations and work that you've done to make us all sound incredible. And thank you to Ben, Randy, Marianne, and Christina, even though she's not here, for having our drumline, Pom Squad, Guard, Batons put on an amazing show last Wednesday. Yeah. Drums, it's awesome to watch y'all jam out to those House Party 7.0 beats. I was part of that line my freshman year, and it really filled my heart up with a lot of joy, so thank you for that. Pom Squad, Guard, Batons, you all had such great energy and confidence, and we wouldn't be the same SOSA without you all, and we really appreciate all the work you've done this semester. Also Ben, Randy, and everyone else that I've spent at least one season of being in UTSA indoor with, thank you so much for the best 2 competitive seasons of my entire marching career. It was an absolute honor and privilege to make a name for ourselves in such a short amount of time. And I'm very excited to see where the future of your program goes. I would love to maybe one day come back and help out. Thank you, Brandon Fletcher, I don't think he's here, and Richard Dahl for capturing priceless memories this season and for helping us record the house party video. To my fellow drum majors, Amon, thank you for guiding the 3 of us, for keeping me up to date, and for being such a positive, fearless influence on me and so many others. You're an incredible person, and I'm looking forward to what you accomplish in life. Joseph, you're a great-hearted guy with amazing leadership skills. I know you're going to excel at being an educator, and I'm extremely proud of you. And Mary Shaw, you've been such a driving force to all of us, an inspiration, and you've done a tremendous job leading us and being involved both on and off the field. I have loved and cherished all the moments I've worked with all 3 of you so much. And to the new drum majors, congratulations. I'm so incredibly proud of you all. And for the candidates who were not selected, I'm still proud of you for being brave enough and putting yourself out there. Use this as a learning experience and don't give up, okay? You guys are great. Thank you to our first-year SOSA members for trusting us and becoming incredible musicians in the process. I'm extremely proud of you. Our virtual members, you have played a brilliant role, and we value you as much as all of our other members, and don't let anybody else tell you differently. And finally, just a big thank you to all my SOSA family in general who believed in me enough that I could do this, for supporting me and encouraging me, even during times where I felt like I couldn't be of much use. Some of you may be wondering what this envelope I have is with me. Some of you know the story, most of you don't, so I'll explain it really quickly. Right before the first part of my drum major audition last year, I lost my grandmother very unexpectedly. She was my biggest supporter in everything that I did. And in her final moments, she knew that I had wanted to pursue this. And this envelope contains some cards for me that have messages that I hold near and dear to my heart, and I want to pass some of them on to y'all. Among them, carve your own path, keep moving forward, go as slow as you need, find warmth among friends, channel your strengths, and be cool. She didn't get to see me live out this dream, but somehow I think she was watching me somewhere. And although I wish I could have spent more time with you all this season, E and I have talked, and we agreed that, I'll definitely be back for the alumni band when we're ready to return to normal, and be a part of some of the shows, and be at the games as drum major, so I can just make up for the lost time. I want each and every single one of you to know that you have all played an incredible part in my life. And I owe SOSA for everything that I have. It's where I learned my work ethic, my passion for educations, and my confidence. And it's been nothing short of a little slice of heaven. we're a family. And like families, sometimes we don't always get along, we fight, we're a little dysfunctional and hold grudges, but I encourage you tonight, find that person, talk it out, try to resolve the turmoil, and let your friends know that you love them. It can go a long way. So, SOSA, until we meet again, 3 final things. Number 1, understand sometimes life can throw curveballs at you and things won't always work out the way that you hoped for. But as long as you're a hard worker, and you're kind, and if you work on yourself every day, amazing things can and will happen for you. Number 2, it was, it is, and it always will be forever an honor to be in SOSA. And number 3, and most importantly, I love you all. Go Runners. Thank you.
Runners, 10 hot, 10 hot. Undeniable. Spirit. From the great state of Texas. Who are we? Roadrunners. Where are we from? UTSA. Where are we from? UTSA.